The ideas of my mind are not abstractions, or can they be considered in abstraction from my thoughts, no more than can be my thoughts from my ideas. To attempt to say a thought exists independent of an idea, or an idea independent of a thought, would be like saying truth exists independent of honesty. And how could that be? It couldn't. Can I speak without breath? Can my spoken breath be without meaning? Are my ideas anything different from, say, my breath, my thoughts, say, from my words? My breath carries my words provide meanings. My ideas carry my thoughts provide impressions. From this, I can go on to say that the meanings of my words are of the impressions of my thoughts. My words come from my thoughts. The relationship between my ideas, my thoughts, my breathings, and my words is one of transmission. The transmission of impressions into language. In other words, a revealing of my mind. Is there any difference between the activity of my mind and the speaking of my mouth, and that of the activity of the mind of a bird and its singing? None, so is there, at all, for both are carrying thoughts and breathing words, providing impressions and meanings. If I speak away, there is something I am saying. What that is what it is, and can be understood and interpreted by other humans. If a bird sings away, there is something it is singing. What that is what it is, and can be understood and interpreted by other birds, particularly by those of its own kind. If I could understand that language, I too would know what that is. If birds could understand the languages of humans, the languages I speak, they too would know what it is I am saying. Then is meaning relative to the speaker? Oh, stop there a moment. How suddenly came I to give relativity an appearance in this context? Relativity is only relative to itself. Little or no use do I have for it when I come to speaking of my mind, my ideas. For relativity delights in nothing more than leveling everything into one-dimensionality, even if it can be said into a dimension at all. My mind is of multidimensionality. Every this idea, every that idea is in and of itself a multidimensionality. Anything that would try to reduce it to a one-dimensionality or to an no dimension at all, such as relativity would eagerly want to do, has no place in my reflections on my mind. Out you go. Returning to language. What shall I say of the words spoken in my speaking? They are the momentary carriers of meanings, and before I know it, they have already disappeared into which way I know not. The only proof to be found that they ever have been is by what they have deposited in their pathway, namely meanings. Meanings are the proof that certain words ever have been spoken, and though they are now out of presence, they are still somewhere, no doubt. But as to where that somewhere might be, I can't easily go to saying. Howsoever, being out of presence doesn't go to saying that they aren't somewhere, with having the possibility that they may very well reappear into presence again sometime a ways in the future. And that at that time they will be as if all anew. May it be that the generations of the then future will be able to understand our language, our words, our thoughts, our minds. Words are playthings of my breath, thoughts of my ideas, impressions fragrant, meanings flavorsome. I would liken them unto the suns and the skies of my days, the moons, the planets, the stars, the galaxies, and in the way far away of my nights, the nebulae. Oh, my mind truly I know to be a wondrous place, its ideas and their ways immensely fascinating.